During this video we're going to show you how to fill your keg, but before we do that, first thing I want you to do is to shut off the coupler, and what that does is it locks the CO2 in place after your purge process, but it also allows us to remove the coupler because we have to take out the check valve and the ball lock system here that allow us to do the fill. Now that we shut off the valve on the EVkeg, that allows you to remove the Sankey decoupler and prepare it for filling. And what we have to do to the coupler is remove the check valve and the ball valve, allow it to set up for the filling process. Now, if you have a spare coupler, we advise you to dedicate that for your fill lines, and then that just avoids you having to remove the two valves and then replace the two valves after you've done the filling process to prepare it for the serving. But if you just got the one coupler, it's not a problem. To remove the valves is a very easy process. To remove the check valve, you essentially pull out the little check valve from the CO2 port, and to remove the ball valve from the top port, you take the retainer out with long nose pliers, and that allows you to drop out the little ball. And now your Sankey decoupler is ready to be connected to the lines in your fill process. We're going to be connecting the main fill line to the top port, and then we're going to connect a bleed line to the CO2 port. Now, when you make those connections, you need to use a flat gasket that you can pick up from your local homebrew store. This is the setup that's required for filling your keg. The top port of the Sankey decoupler is connected to your beer tank. The CO2 port is connected to your serving valve. So in order to start the filling process, first thing you need to do is open up the valve of the keg, and then you can open up the valve of your beer tank, and that will initiate the beer flow into the keg. Now, for the first minute of the fill, you want to keep this valve shut, because what that does is, as the beer is going into the keg, is displacing the CO2 and is building up back pressure within the keg. And again, that back pressure is just necessary to make sure that the liner is fully deployed and supported by the walls of the keg. And then after a minute, you can start releasing that pressure slowly, just giving a few quick blasts here until you're getting to the point where the keg is almost full, because this will also control the amount of foaming you experience with the keg. And when the keg is full, you will just see the beer coming out of the CO2 port, and then you can stop the fill. So all that remains now is to wish you all the best with your kegging process, and I hope that you enjoy your future brewing creations with our EVkeg.